We are checking out Mike Epps, one of my favorite comedians. We're checking out his biography, The Unsuccessful Thug. It's on Audible. Let's check out this excerpt, and I'm going to come back with my reaction. Hit that thumbs up button, guys.
I have to give it to you. That is one thing I'm grateful for. Being able to help people, give them a roof over their heads, bail them out when they get stuck. I own 12 buildings in Indianapolis.
Oh, wow.
One of them is the oldest house in the neighborhood. It was built in 1869, and I almost completely restored it. I support more than 25 people a month,
Damn.
mostly family members,
That's a lot.
and I have my own charity foundation. I go around the country and talk to at-risk kids. I meet so many kids that are like me, that are lost and are just trying to find their way. And I tell kids all the time, if you find your talent, it'll save your life.
Right.
Because that's what it did for me. So that's my life now. I help people. Me, the kid in the tough skins and garanimals that never had enough food in the fridge, that got F's and suspensions. Ain't that crazy? Here's some more irony for you.
Right.
My old part of Indianapolis was so bad, so rough, but now Mapleton is a goddamn designated historic district. That's right. That shitty neighborhood is now a place people actually want to be. Gentrified as hell. And that means the property I own has more than sentimental value. It's actually worth something now. An investment. If I hadn't helped all the people that I helped, I would never have to work another day in my life. I give away a lot of my money. I've given away so many millions of dollars helping people, giving people stuff, doing stuff for people. And I think I got that from my mom. My mom would give you the shirt off her back. She's a giving person. I love helping. I love giving people stuff, watching people smile, you know? I love seeing people's faces light up when you give them something. I think about when I was a kid. I think if someone gave me something, some money or some candy or fucking anything for nothing, how good it would have felt.
Right.
Man, I tell you, if I didn't help other people, I could have retired years ago. But I feel like it helps me get over guilt I have for how bad I was back in the day. And it makes me feel a little less bad about surviving when so many of my friends died. A part of me doing good things for people and stuff is I wish I could pay for everything I feel bad about.
Right.
And when someone calls me up from the old days, what am I going to say? No. I got a call that my friend Fatso died. My guy Fatso and I used to be so tight. And what do I hear on the phone from his mom? They can't afford to bury him.
Oh, wow.
He's going in a pauper's grave. The state's going to put him in a plastic container, Mike, she said. She was crying. You know that's what they do with people who don't have insurance or nothing.
Yeah.
Nah, I said. Stop crying now. We're going to give him a good burial. Fatso's not going out like that in no plastic box.
Damn.
I sent her money to bury him right. I've paid for so many funerals, I can't even count how many. Once I got to show business, I always got calls that all my friends died, and they'd ask if I could help with costs. Once I left Indianapolis, every time I looked up, somebody was calling me, telling me my friends were getting killed and no one could afford a casket. I hate going to funerals, though. It's just too much.
Yeah.
When I go home, I want it to be to see my mom, not to spend a whole day at Crown Hill Cemetery thinking about how there are almost none of us left from the old days.
Right.
Some of the deaths hit even harder than others. The worst, I think, were Gary and Otis from the barber shop, who dared me to go to the comedy competition and started me off in entertainment. Gary Bates had been a street dude back in the old days, and I heard he'd gone back to being a stick-up guy. Might have stuck up the wrong person. Someone shot Gary in the head twice.
Damn.
And burnt him up in the trunk of a car.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Otis Brown had ended up being like a Martin Luther King Jr. in the neighborhood. His shop was in a bad part of town, 30th and Clifton. He was always collecting toys for kids in need, and he'd employ anyone who needed a job. You'd go, and there'd be 10 guys in that shop sweeping hair. Tough street guys, too, just out of prison.
Wow.
It felt like the county jail in there. He was hiring all these guys from prison to cut hair because they couldn't find other jobs. But it felt like prison in that shop. The atmosphere was hard. After hours, some of those guys Otis had hired would play crap games and gamble down in the basement. Well, one night, some young guys were down there gambling. Otis went down there, and one of the kids snatched his money. Otis grabbed the guy's arm, and the guy pulled out a gun and shot Otis in the chest. I was in Hollywood when I heard. Oh, God, not Otis, too, I thought. Otis, who only wanted to help people. Otis, who worked 2 jobs until he could afford his own shop.
Wow.
Otis, who always gave back. Without Otis and Gary, I probably wouldn't be where I am today.
Wow, that's crazy.
I think of them every time I'm back in Naptown. I wish I could go to the barber shop and sit and talk with them again. And I wish they could see where I am now. Going home isn't easy. Sometimes it feels like I never left, you feel me? It's crazy because by me living in Hollywood and being an entertainer, no matter what I've accomplished and what I've gained financially or anything monetary, when I come back home, it feels like I never left. I start to fall back into it, what it felt like to be there. It takes about 2 days, and then someone says, "You better get your ass out of here." Why is it that sometimes I can feel like a big deal in Hollywood, but still like a broke kid in Naptown? Your hometown don't treat you like it's your hometown.
Right.
You can't even sell these sons of bitches a t-shirt. I always knew from the Bible that no man is honored in his own hometown.
No, you're not.
Watching the 10 Commandments, I said to myself, damn, Jesus sure wasn't the man at home. At home, that's who tortured him. People he knew, who he grew up with.
That's sad to say. That's what happened with Nipsey. That's what happened with Young Dolph. You know what I'm saying? It'd be the ones in your own hometown. But man, that's some throughout history. That's crazy.
In 2010, the Indiana Black Expo gave me its Entertainer of the Year award, and I was given the key to the city presented by the mayor himself. Back when I was a kid, I was on the news as an example of what was wrong with the city. Me, who used to rob and cheat and steal. Me, who used to be hungry and depressed. Me, who played Russian roulette. Me, whose friends died or went to jail, one after the other. Now I got to go back in glory. There I was, standing on the stage, all dressed up, getting a standing ovation from a convention hall full of people. Mayor Greg Ballard said of me, "There are many people who leave this city and never look back, but there are a few extraordinary individuals who never forget their roots." In my acceptance speech, I thanked God and my family for giving me another shot at life. I thanked my father for paying my lawyers to keep me from going to prison for 1,000,000 years.
Wow.
That got a big laugh. "I was once one of these young kids out here," I said. "I finally got it together." I told the crowd if
Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. Let's go ahead and continue on.
anyone wanted to use me to help motivate their kids, to show that it was possible to do something with their lives, then I was happy to serve. Then at the lunch reception, I saw this guy who had been a corrections officer at the Marion County Jail where I'd served time. I was standing there talking to a bunch of politicians and he came over. He was a mean son of a bitch. But now here we were, both reputable members of society. So I said hello. I could look past him being an asshole to me when I was inside. He could see how I made something of myself.
Right.
It felt good. There we were, both in suits, both doing right for the kids. I greeted him with a smile. "Hey, Mike," he whispered to me as he shook my hand. "It's in the hole." That motherfucker. He took me right back to that time in jail when they served the food through a slot in the steel door. "It's in the hole." This motherfucker trying to put me in my place. At a
Wow.
time like this,
Mm.
God forbid I go one day without being reminded where I came from.
Wow.
That mean motherfucker, I thought. He can kiss my ass. I wanted to punch him out. I wanted to tell him to go fuck himself, but I didn't. You know, we were there for the kids, and I didn't let it bother me, because no
Mm.
one else in that room knew what that meant.
Right.
I saw the mayor and those other politicians standing by us thinking, in the hole? What's in the hole? What
Right.
hole? And I looked at him and I thought, you're the one in the hole, you bitter son of a bitch.
Right, old bastard.
I just smiled at him, and I said goodbye. And I took my key to the city back to my other life, the one that still feels like a beautiful dream.
You a bastard. Why would he say some shit like that? It's in the hole. Like he's trying to joke around. Like, yeah, we don't give a fuck about you being some big movie star. That was low key him hating, huh? Damn, old correction officer. Yeah, asshole. Why would he say that? He gonna put him in. He gonna let him know that I don't care how big you got. You still was in prison. I had you in. But let him know that he was in his place. You know. Yeah, asshole. Yeah, that's what. Yeah. I hope he heard this book too, bastard. Why, you know what I'm saying? Why would he say that? Anyway, what do y'all think about this book, man? This is Mike Epps, Unsuccessful Thug. Mike Epps biography. Y'all can check it out on Audible and Spotify. Actually, it's a really good book. Y'all can check it out. If y'all have already heard it, let me know in the comments. What do y'all think about it? Subscribe to the channel. Give me that thumbs up button. Appreciate it.